Enjoy 1% merchant commission when you accept Lanka Pay cards. Contact these banks today.
First of all, on mankind, one was the bisexuality, which people have always covered up. The other was the fact that he was an abuser of young girls, and there were two boys who were abused by him. The third is now come forward, and I think it's a new program with him. And one of the interesting things was one of the boys who was abused, he was a teenager in the 1970s, was abused, came from Sri Lanka, in fact. So he liked brown-skinned boys. There was a lot of coverage in the papers about some of these people. So there's a very strong written record. And also, these records are now being made available. There's a rule that generally public records need to be released after 20 years of the record, or 105 years after their birth. So for all my characters now, the records should be out. They aren't always, but it's easier than doing a more contemporary figure, like the Duke of York, for example, who I'm doing at the moment.
Throughout his period years. So, for example, he had no control over the American Air Force. Sir James Somerville, who was Commander-in-Chief of these.
In there, or is
just to cooperate.
The other one was definitely me trying to find my style and trying to find my voice and trying to figure out what worked and didn't work. There was absolutely no pressure, except the pressure I put on myself. There was no pressure there, it was just me having fun. So, a lot of the time it will just be half a seed of an idea. It could be something someone said. It could be something something I read somewhere, something I saw somewhere, something that just, it's I always say it's like a seed, like it just sort of takes root and it stays with me. And then for me, the test, or like the litmus test really is, am I still thinking about it weeks from that point? Am I still like turning this idea around in my head? So yeah, a lot. Because my books tend to be a little bit more mystery focused, and I like a good plot twist, a lot of the time I do come up with the plot twist, or like the big idea of the plot twist first. That's just something I like to do. But sometimes actually in the case of what I'm writing now, my character voice is sort of what's sort of guiding me forward. So yeah. And this always happens to me when I write, where a lot of what I'm feeling and my general emotions at the time tend to seep their way into the character's voice. And I wrote Island Witch actually, probably that final go of it I made during the time of, the Galle and the protests and just the general economic and political crisis that was happening at the time. And it was a really interesting way for me to funnel my rage, and I think also the general feeling of helplessness and this powerlessness that she was feeling. I think a lot of that was some of my own reflections that managed to sink its way in, or like snake their way into the story. That always ends up happening, and I don't realize it at the time. It's only when I kind of go back and read what I've written and I was like, oh wow, okay, I clearly know what I was feeling when I wrote this. I just didn't make the connection at the time. So yeah.